Hi, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Just a quick roundup of the dinners we ate as a family this week. Over this week we had a mini staycation in a little log cabin in the woods near the Cotswolds, and it was stunning. So I wanted to show you the meals that we had. So first of all, I was at home for the first few nights of the week. We had the most stunning tofu boiled egg stir fry thing. I can't even really explain it because it was very new. We sort of made it up on the spot. It was similar to firecracker chicken, if you've ever had that from Wagamama's. So very spicy, garlicky based dish, rice dish. But we put tofu chunks, fried tofu chunks and boiled eggs in there. Now Lawrence was watching a video on some Japanese cuisine, and they often boil an egg and then they fry that boiled egg. Okay, it sounds weird and I was very skeptical beforehand, I must admit. But once we made the dish and tried it, it was absolutely delicious. It was a really good way of cooking eggs. It gave it a really nice texture. It was just such a great meal. But this is a great dinner to use up leftover veggies. So we used lots and lots of our sugar snap peas that we had in the freezer. Lots of mushrooms. These were, what type of mushrooms were these? Some wild mushrooms, but essentially I fried everything separately first and then put it on the side. So I fried my onions, garlic, ginger, my mushrooms. The first thing I actually did was fry the tofu chunks just to get them nice with a nice bit of crisp. Fry everything in quite hot oil, especially the tofu. We added some peppers in there because we had some peppers in the fridge. This is one of those dinners that you make because you're going on holiday and you need to use up loads of fresh ingredients from the fridge. So that's what I was sort of doing. I was just throwing lots of veggies in there. Meanwhile, Lawrence made the firecracker sauce, which I'm going to have to put a little note in my description on how to make firecracker sauce that he made. So fried all my veggies, my onions, my sugar snap peas, my peppers, lots and lots of garlic. Pop that to the side with the tofu. The eggs are currently boiling at the moment, so I do them sort of soft boil because they're going to cook in the frying pan as well, or the wok. So I soft boiled them just hard enough so that I could easily peel them, and then I fried them. It was a really weird situation, but it works. I don't know why, but it just works. So I fried those in oil and got those going. As you can see, look at the texture. We could have probably taken out the tofu or taken out the eggs. It was very protein heavy and very filling meal, but we had tofu to use and we had eggs to use, so we sort of added both. But next time I make this, I'll make it with one or the other. It was extremely filling but really satisfying. This is the firecracker sauce that Lawrence made. So what I was doing here was I'm going to reduce it with the eggs for a little while. As you can see, this will cook the eggs more. So they did turn out pretty much hard boiled. There wasn't any run to them, but that's fine because I'm a bit fussy with runny eggs. But yeah, really delicious. There's corn syrup in there just to thicken up the sauce. And now I go in and add all my veggies. At the same time, I do have my rice cooking in the microwave, so that's been cooking for a little while. Add all your veggies, make sure everything's warmed up, and then, yeah, serve up. It's just a really nice dinner. It was absolutely full of veg. As I said, very filling, especially with the rice. So you could just do this whole thing with tofu or with the eggs. It's up to you. You could obviously also add things like chicken in. Top with chilies and sesame seeds, and yeah, it was delicious and I highly recommend. Okay, the next night I was making healthy and delicious homemade KFC. So KFC, I used to sort of like it when I was like a teenager, but now I think it's just, I just can't eat it. However, I do like that sort of Kentucky Fried Chicken flavour. So this is how I make it at home. It's super simple. I make it in the air fryer, but you can bake it in the oven as well. It just takes a bit longer. So get your chicken ready, cut into chunks, and then you're going to, for the glaze, you're going to mix an egg up in a bowl, and you're going to dip the chicken into that egg before you put it in the breadcrumbs. In a flat bowl or a plate, you're going to make up your flavouring, your KFC flavouring, which is really simple. So just breadcrumbs, better to use fresh, but I was in a rush this night, so I was just using something out of a pot. But breadcrumbs, a healthy dose of white pepper, and this savoury seasoning, which is, it's just gorgeous seasoning. I will link it down below. Really, really nice. So you're going to dip the chicken into your egg wash, and then you're going to put it into your breadcrumb, and then you're going to air fry it. I don't add any fat whatsoever. The reason you don't want to add the fat is because it will make it really, really sticky in the air fryer. If you want, you can drizzle the chicken once it's cooked before serving with a little bit of olive oil. But you really honestly don't need to, as long as you don't overcook the chicken. You want to get yourself a meat thermometer and just make sure you're not overcooking the chicken. It's just a healthy version of KFC. It's absolutely delicious. Highly recommend, and it's a really great like sort of Saturday evening meal for all the family. We served ours with homemade wedges and lots of salad, but here you can see, there you go, it's delicious. It's just breaded chicken, but it tastes the same as KFC, and it's super easy to make from home. Oren absolutely loved it. The seasoning is high in salt, so you do not need to add salt. Additional salt, because the savoury seasoning that I've linked down below, if you use that is already got salt in. But yeah, so with the rest of the chicken, the leftover chicken that we didn't use for the homemade KFC, I marinated in some curry paste, because tomorrow I'm going to make a chicken curry. So I was essentially using everything this weekend that I could possibly use, so I didn't have food left over in the fridge, and one of that was a big pack of chicken thighs that we had. So half of it was for homemade KFC and the other half was for a curry. So in a glass pot, you can get these glass Tupperware boxes from IKEA, really affordable, but glass is obviously a bit better, especially for storing like marinated chickens. So marinate the chicken in a curry paste. I also use the curry powder from Aldi, which is the absolute best curry powder mix ever. It's just so good. Marinate it with a little bit of olive oil. You can also throw in some chopped onions in there and some chopped garlic, but I thought I'd do that all the next day. And there you have it. So I've marinated that, and this is now the next day when I'm making the curry. As I always recommend, a wide, shallow cast iron dish is probably one of the best investments you can make in your kitchen. I use it several times a week. Mine was from Aldi. Absolutely fantastic. It really is. For the price that I paid, I think it was £26, I use it continuously. It goes on the hob, it goes in the oven, it's just great. So first thing I'm going to do is soften my onions and garlic and some fresh grated ginger, and then I'm putting my chicken, my marinated chicken, into the pot with that stuff while it's all softening and cooking. The chicken I'm just cutting into chunks whilst it's already in the pan, because I didn't do it the day before. But anyway, so pop that all in the shallow dish while it's slowly frying and softening. I then added an entire tin of plum tomatoes, letting that cook away together. So I always make a creamy curry, because that's my sort of favourite type of curry, and that's the one sort of a 2-year-old likes, my son. So I always add some sort of cream, whether that be coconut cream. This time I added sour cream because I needed to use it from the fridge. Sour cream, as it says on the tin, is a bit sour, so to offset that, make it a bit sweeter, I did add some mango chutney into the mixture, and it turned out absolutely delicious. Serve it with these garlic and coriander naans from Aldi, and yeah, a stunning curry and some white rice. Just a really easy midweek style curry, and I really recommend it. Okay, so on our staycation in our little log cabin, we had lots of things. We just bought all our meals from home and we just made the meals there. So loads and loads of veggies that I had sitting in the freezer and the fridge, carrots and beans and kale. So one day we had a lamb roast with tons of veg and potatoes, and it was really nice. We had this red wine from Aldi and it was delicious. The next night we had tomato pasta with mozzarella, and it was absolutely delicious. It's one of our date night pastas, and I really recommend it because it's just so easy to make. Lawrence also cooked some sausages on the side. Him and Oren had some sausages on the side. I was happy enough with the pasta, but he also cooked sausages for sausage sandwiches the next day. But the pasta was delicious, and Oren actually had buttery pasta with sausage. He did try the tomato pasta. He had a good chunk of it, but then he decided he hated tomatoes halfway through. So I made, just for full disclosure, I had to make him butter pasta. But yeah, they had red onions in and everything. We also had one of my favourite weekly dishes, which is a jacket potato. And then I often serve it with some sort of protein, whether it be fish, beans or meat. Tonight it was sausages. I just find when you're on holiday, something like sausages is much easier to cook. I do bring my meat thermometer with me everywhere I go, just because it's the best thing ever. And I served it with carrots, and yeah, just one of those really, really easy to make dinners. And then another night, Lawrence made me and him some steak, potato and veggies, and it was delicious. So I really hope you enjoyed today's family budget meals of the week. I'll see you again for a new video really, really soon. Bye!